"Oui, maman," they murmured, properly chastised. I watched their retreating backs, wishing I did not already know. Henriette would die unwed, barely 24. Louis Elizabeth would mourn as if her own soul had been irreparably torn, but she would join her sister in death soon after. At least she would experience the joys of motherhood first. My son, my darling, would pay his own price. 8 of his 13 children would die in infancy. His young wife would die in childbirth. He would die before ascending to the throne. I never understood why the magic didn't extend to him. I assumed it was because he wasn't a twin. Instead, his surviving son, my grandson, would become king, and he would marry Marie Antoinette. Together, they would plunge France into war. I suckled 4 of my 10 children. My twin daughters, my 2 sons. All 4 died an early death. My curse raged on. Chapter 1. There's no other way to put it. My body felt like it had been hogtied, sucked through a straw, and spit out the other side into a nauseating freefall. Manu, my jailer, tightened his grip on my shoulder as if he were worried I could still escape in this state. If only. Moments ago, I had been on Aradia, defeating a necromancer and protecting my new friends who had quickly become family. Or was it years ago? It was hard to say. Everything felt twisted. My arms, my mind, even my time stream. Instinctively, I reached out to break my fall, but the Gordian knot burned into my wrists, pinning them to my side and disabling my magic. Still, I could feel the world rushing toward me. I braced for the collision. My head hit the floor with a dull crack, and I had just enough time to feel the cold, hard tiles of my prison cell beneath my body before the world went dark again. I heard him before I saw him. The voice sounded familiar but ungraspable, like a repressed memory fighting to the surface. All I could tell for certain was that he was annoying and grating. "Why the hell are you taking a nap on the kitchen floor?" My brain tried to process the sounds, to make sense of their tone and tenor. "More importantly," he continued at unholy decibels, "what are you doing here? I thought you had left for good." With a monumental effort, I forced my eyes to open a crack. The tiniest of cracks. Still, the light from the room shot a hot spear into my brain. "Ugh," I managed to respond. The world around me was burnt yellow, like a scorched egg yolk. That was funny. My kitchen had a burnt yellow ceiling. Did the council have the same decorating tastes as me? While a reasonable choice for a kitchen, it felt questionable for a prison. "Are you drunk?" the voice asked. Slowly, the pieces began to come together, and I shot up. I'd gone from living on the beautiful island of Aradia to... Oh, crap! My eyes finally focused. What they saw wasn't pretty. Jim's furious face stared down at me. He had his arms crossed and his foot tapped maniacally, like it was keeping time to his anger. Behind him, Marla, my ex-assistant, stood with her mouth agape. I probably had a similar look on my face. How the hell did I end up here? Wasn't I headed to face interrogation at the council? A terrible thought wiggled into my brain. Had they kicked me out of the supernatural world for good? Forced me to come back to this world? As if nothing had happened? I needed a moment to think, but Jim didn't give me one. "I can't believe you'd be petty enough to return to my home unannounced." "Your home?" I repeated. "Yes, my home." "Pretty sure we bought this place together." Jim's smile smeared across his face. "I don't remember you writing any checks." "Because I was at our..."